Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before I work on and upload a small Temu haul that I have, I wanted to do this video first. This video touches on some changes that are good that are going to be occurring with my channel. First off, let me start by saying that I'm working towards these changes to not just benefit my channel, but also to help with my earning capability here on YouTube, because last year was an absolutely horrible um, year for me in terms of being paid through YouTube. It was the worst. And so far this year isn't looking any better. And I don't even look at analytics anymore because I drove myself crazy back in January trying to figure out certain things because it didn't quite seem to add up for me. Namely, if you have a certain category of videos that are your best videos that get pretty much the most views, and you acquired more subscribers because of those views and because of your TikTok, then in theory you should be earning better, but that wasn't the case. So I just gave up with the TikTok. I gave up with the analytics because certain things just weren't adding up for me, and I know ad revenue went down per se from businesses. So yeah, these changes that I'm going to be implementing are, for my benefit and hopefully to increase my earning potential here on my channel as well. So for starters, I will be deleting my vlog channel and moving those videos over to a separate playlist on this channel. I had kind of hoped that more people would have actually went and subscribed to that channel. Thereby, I would have been able to get monetized for that channel quicker. That often happens with people with YouTube. If they have a second or a third channel, people will automatically go and subscribe to that as well. That didn't quite work out for me so well. So I'm just going to move those videos over to this channel in a separate playlist. And I will be deleting that account because God knows how many years it would have taken for that account to be monetized. So, yeah. I tried it, but that didn't quite work for me. I will be doing cooking videos again. I will also soon start doing DIYs again. And I will try to do a minimum of 3 videos a week. Obviously, they're going to be different videos, but still, I'm going to try for 3 videos a week, maybe possibly 4. It depends on what type of videos I plan on doing, so play that by ear, but I am going to shoot for 3 videos a week. I'll be using my cell phone more. My camera pretty much bit the dust. The battery's no longer charged, so I relinquished it to a scrap pile. And one of these days I have to take those lithium batteries to the garbage dump. They have a separate container for all type of batteries. So sayonara to Old Faithful. I learned a lot from that camera, and I won't miss it, but, well, what are you going to do? So, another thing that I am going to be finalizing, hopefully this week, and uploading content to will be my Patreon. Now, Patreon is a paid platform, and I know some of you are going to absolutely cringe when you hear the word, paid platform. But I am only charging $2 a month. And the videos on there are all going to be basically related to writing and photography, things that I actually did years ago. When I was in junior college, I had to write a lot of essays, and some of them actually turned out to be pretty cool short stories. Well, I thought they were pretty cool, and I tried to get a few of them published, but I didn't really pursue it. I got a few rejection letters, and that pretty much was the end of it. I think a few magazines I hit up along the way. Um, but I would like to share them with you all because I think some of them are actually pretty good, pretty funny. And it's a side of me that most people don't really know is that at one time, um, in my late 20s, early 30s, I had thought about becoming a writer or at least going into journalism. So, yeah, that is something about me many people don't know. I also used to like to take pictures. Anyone remember the disposable cameras? Yeah, I used to love to take pictures. I took pictures of anything and everything. Um, it was something I really enjoyed doing. So, those are things I don't really talk about and have not really disclosed to anyone. Um, and that is my girl, Blue Bargain. So, yeah, I wanted to upload things pertaining to those stories, um, and a few little contests that I had entered years ago. One was a poetry contest as well, and just things like I said that I normally do not talk about in my regular channel. Also, I was thinking when those videos are pretty much wrapping up, I'm thinking about perhaps doing some sort of. I would love to do a podcast, but maybe like an informal sort of podcast with Ronnie and I, or I should say maybe Eris and I, where we would pick a topic and over a cup of coffee discuss that topic. And I, of course, would get to be devil's advocate and really try to get not Ronnie angry or Eris, but more or less to really, you know, back up what he is saying, which he is good in a debate. Trust me, he will have all his ducks in a row. So it's really hard to get something over on him or point out where he is wrong, because he does a lot of fact checking things. So it would be fun and it would be interesting. It would also be an opportunity to discuss things that I normally do not talk about on this channel. um, I just think it would be fun down the road, and it's something that Ronnie and I will look into and discuss throughout the spring into the summer. We will see how it all goes for me with Patreon. Now, there was another channel I was considering uploading older videos onto as another possible income source, which was Rumble. However, Rumble, you have to pay for your bandwidth. And I was not aware of that until after I uploaded about 4 or 5 videos, and it wanted me to, pick this package, and I had absolutely no idea. So I kind of left that in limbo. I don't know if I'm going to actually go that route or not. I have the tab basically bookmarked. I don't know yet if I want to follow through with that or not. Um, I will be, I guess you could say, um, using AI soon to actually proofread the children's story that I came up with weeks and weeks ago, which actually is based on dogs here on the property and a story involving three of those dogs. And I would really like to be able to have an illustrator illustrate some parts of the story. I think would be really, really nice. And I would probably try to self publish it first, perhaps through Amazon or other um, means. And then maybe I would just start, once I do that, um, sending the manuscript out or send the book out. I don't know. I don't know how I would do that. But it would be kind of cool in my later years to wind up becoming a children's book writer. Who would have ever thought, right? Um, but that would be nice to snag myself um, a running contract for a few years. That would be a once in a lifetime thing, and you best believe it. If I would be fortunate enough to get something like that, oh, I would seize on that in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Um, I have ideas actually jotted down for other stories involving those dogs. Um, so it's not like I wouldn't have other stories to work on, you know, after this first one gets situated. But I really think it will be nice um, when it's done. I like the story behind it. Um, it's not necessarily for small children. I'm thinking of gearing it more towards, say, like maybe 8 to 11 year olds, 8 to 12-year olds, who would have more of the, I think, a maturity to process. I don't want to say death because it's not about death, but it's about a dog losing his owner. It's never really clear what happened to the owner, and he's been pretty much taking care of himself for X number of months, and these dogs befriend this dog. Well, happy ending. The owners rescue him, knowing he's a senior dog and everything, and it has a good ending. But it does touch on um, an animal basically fending for himself and not knowing whatever happened to his human. I don't want to go into detail really in the story. People could draw their own conclusions and think, well, maybe he got sick, passed away, or got into an accident. There's little hints as to what may have happened. But the bottom line is this dog has been fending for himself and happened to come into their yard and make friends with these dogs. And subsequently, he doesn't realize it, but they will eventually become his housemates because he will wind up living with them for an indefinite amount of time. So I try to give it a good ending, a happy ending, um, and also raising awareness too about senior dogs. So um, I wanted to get finished with merch. I kind of have that on the back burner for the moment. I can only do so much at one time, and I don't want to spread myself too thin um, as far as that. So when I accomplish one or two things here with my goals, I will definitely get back on to the merch idea. Um, Not sure yet if I want to go through Shopify or how I want to actually work that, do that. I have some notes about it. I'd have to like read over and see down the road what I want to do with all that. Um, I know some of you are thinking, well, why Patreon? Well, for starters, my channel did, monetarily wise, horrible last year. And I was receiving money every other month, so I came to calculate that and depend on that. The past 2 years, with the cost of living adjustment cuts and my food stamps being cut, has been an adjustment with that, but I had this extra money to fall back on. And now I don't have this money to fall back on. So I have some debt that I need to pay off as well. And on top of that, I recently found out Monday when my dog was spayed that she is a strong heartworm positive. And heartworm treatment is very expensive. It can run over $1,000 to $1,500 for the 3 shots. I don't even know off the top of my head how in heaven's name I'm going to pay for that. But if I don't pay for it, my dog will die. And she's only 2 years old, and I'll be damned if I'm going to lose my best little friend because of damn heartworms. So I may actually start a GoFundMe or an angel link for that. I know there is a fund locally that I may be able to get assistance with one of the treatments, which would be a help. I have to read up more on that. But first, I have to get her to the vet in about 3-4 more days. I'm trying to figure out how even to pay for that right now. To at least talk with the vet and evaluate and what they would want to do for her care. I was not prepared for that. I don't think anybody really is. And yeah, so now at this point in my life, between my dog needing treatments, debt hanging over my head of about $3,000 between my credit cards and a small loan I had taken out, yeah, I need to take advantage of any and every online earning potential I possibly can in regards to my channel. Now with TikTok, you can earn money from TikTok if you have 10,000 followers. Well, I'm not even third of the way with that. But if you do TikTok lives, um, people will often send gifts. They give anything from, like, I think 100 roses, which is $1. All these different little things you can send creators, they can cash in for money. So I may at some point consider doing maybe more frequent lives, but over on my TikTok, only because I have more of a potential to earn something during those lives versus on my regular YouTube. I have super chat in that, but nobody utilizes it. So I would probably have more of a chance to earn something if I go to TikTok. Now I know some of you are probably thinking it's all about money. Yes, it is pretty much about money, but everybody needs money. We all need money. And I'm seeing myself more and more content creators that are also uploading videos on Patreon that have memberships now that are selling merch because it is hard for everybody right now. Now, I'm not one of these people that are going to turn around and have a $15 paywall, which is absolutely, I could see if you have a really interesting video that took you maybe a month to work on and edit and everything else, okay. Mine are interesting in a way, but not to that capacity. I think a $2 wall is sufficient. I mean, that's what I think. Um, but I feel since one, I'm just having too many issues right now with my own health that if I'm going to be home more, then putting it to good use and building up my YouTube channel and that and my TikTok would make more sense as far as, doing that and trying to increase my income through those means. For anybody who seems to forget, I can't just walk to a job. I am over 4 miles away from the nearest bus stop. And the nearest bus stop is, believe it or not, very close to a jail. So, yeah, it's not that easy to just turn around and, walk up the road a little bit and the bus comes by, picks you up, takes you to town. I wish it was all that easy, but it's not. So my friend is not cleaning anymore. She has too many health issues. So that's not going to be an option for me, most likely, either at this point. So again, if I am home, best thing for me to do is to do videos and try to increase my means of income through it that way. I think whoever joins my Patreon will find that I think, I had some sort of writing talent. I maybe should have pursued it, but raising a family, I didn't. They'll get to see a different side of me. One from years ago, one from when I was young. And, yeah, it'll be fun. I'll be working on those videos this week. My intro video and my very first video. So, all in all, it's going to be an interesting week. And I think that these changes that'll be occurring are a good thing and will be for the positive. So I just wanted to touch base with everybody and let them know that. Um, and, I hope you can understand why I'm doing these changes. That and my dog's heartworm treatment, basically, and very important. So take care, guys. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you all real soon on my next one. Bye.